I suppose we stopped in the middle of, no, not here. No, we did talk about this. We talked about this. Achievement, yes. Proficiency, yes. Okay. Proficiency wasn't completed, if I'm not mistaken. I suppose we were on page 24. Am I right or not? Please tell me. Did we stop on page 24?
Doctor, we finished just the first chapter.
No, we covered the second chapter as well. But we didn't finish the second chapter. We were like, I think we were on page 24. I'm not sure though. I remember talking about proficiency tests, but I don't remember reading it completely. We can continue on page 23 if you want.
Yes, we talk generally about the forms of testing, but not in detail. In the first chapter previously.
Yeah, we covered the book page by page, and I think we were on page 23 or 4. I'm not sure which one, but we're either on page 23 or 4. Let's go with 23 so we can explain a bit more about it. And then we're going to continue to the next chapter for which we have a presenter. Okay, then let's go. 2.3.2 proficiency test. Who's going to start? Who is ready to read?
Yes, doctor, I am ready. Just a
Okay,
minute.
then
Just a minute.
go on, Ryan. Okay, okay.
Open the PDF in my lab.
Okay, okay.
2.3.2 proficiency test.
Yes, and please,
Right? Right?
after reading the paragraph, explain what you understood. Okay, after you read it, explain what you understood from it.
Right.
Thank you. Go on.
Proficiency test. In contrast to achievement test, which focus on measuring students' achievement of the materials covered with an academic course, proficiency tests are used to measure the overall language ability of the learners. Proficiency tests are designed to measure A. The degree of knowledge learners has accumulated through his language education. B. The degree of his capability in language components. C. The degree he is able to practically demonstrate his knowledge of language use. In a proficiency measurement situation, there is no interest in the ways through which the learner has achieved or accumulated a certain body of knowledge. What language proficiency measures focus upon to determine the extent of examinee's ability to utilize language at the time of examination, how the examinee has acquired that degree of capability is not much significant to the examiner. Up to here,
Yes.
Doctor?
Okay. Very good. So explain what you got.
Yeah.
That's very good. Right. Please explain what you understood from the paragraph you just read.
Yes, Doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
About the proficiency test. These tests measure a learner's overall language ability. regardless of how they acquired it. They focus on the learner's ability to see or to use the language at the time of the test. A well-known example
Mm-hmm.
is the TOEFL, TOEFL, used for university admissions,
Okay,
rating
look, wait,
proficiency. Yeah,
wait. Hold on, wait.
yeah.
I don't want you to Google and explain about it, okay? I want you to explain what you understood from reading this paragraph, okay? Because we're
Okay,
learning through the book. So
okay, okay, no problem.
just take a minute. It's okay. It's okay. You have a minute or two to read and tell me what you understand.
Okay. Can you say a bit yes?
Mm-hmm.
In contrast achievement test,
Yes.
he said here in this three words, in contrast achievement. This is
Mm-hmm.
mean uh, achievement opposite of proficiency. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
which
They're
focus
not
on
opposites,
measure,
but they're different. Yes. Okay. Okay.
not maybe not opposite totally, maybe a
No,
difference
not
with it. Yeah,
opposites, but there are
yeah,
differences. Yes,
different
exactly. Yes.
because proficiency uh, or achievement test focus on measuring students' achievement, okay,
Uh-huh.
of material covered
Yeah.
with academic cost. Academic cost maybe in a university, in a secondary school, another place. Whereas proficiency test used measure of overall language ability,
Mm-hmm.
overall achievement maybe
Very good.
at a month, at a mid-year, at a final year.
Very
Whereas
good.
whereas proficiency overall mean
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the year, or maybe
No,
at
no, no, no,
the stage of
no, no,
secondary.
no, no. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
You're getting it wrong. You're
yeah,
mixing it up with the summative test. No, look, proficiency is not necessarily a summative test. Look, summative tests, which we have at the end of each
yes, yes,
semester. This
yes,
is really
doctor.
important,
Yes,
everyone. Okay,
right,
listen
right. Yeah,
carefully. Listen
I
carefully.
mix between them, between this and that. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
proficiency.
Hold on a second. Listen for a minute.
Yeah,
Listen for a minute.
tell me,
Proficiency
God.
tests don't have a specific source. Okay, we're
Yeah,
like we
exactly.
don't you don't need to focus on just one book for doing it. They just want to see how much knowledge you have
Yes, yes.
at a certain level. That's it. But when we
It's
talk
measure
about
ability of
achievement
learner.
tests, yeah, exactly. But when we talk about achievement tests, we're
Yeah,
talking about how much
or
they have
subject.
learned about the material that we have provided. Okay.
Yes, in a specific in a
Okay.
specific subject.
Exactly. Yes. Go on.
Yeah. Um, and proficiency test designed a measure in three types or for three purposes. The degree of knowledge learner has accumulated through the language education, all the duration, let us
Mm-hmm.
say from the beginning of primary up to the secondary. When we, when
Mm-hmm.
he, when he want to applicate for university, he maybe
Mm-hmm.
take a proficiency test.
Mm-hmm.
This is A.
Exactly.
And about B, the degree of his capability, language component, uh, degree of capability. Um, what the learner has from the information about language,
Mm-hmm. Very good. Abilities.
abilities. The degree he is able practically demonstrate his knowledge of language use.
Mm-hmm.
How can communicate? How can use the language? Maybe orally,
Mm-hmm.
maybe written. And
Mm-hmm.
proficiency measurement. This
Very
is
good.
what I understand from this sentence, right?
Very good. Yes, that's right. Exactly right. Well done.
Okay. Well,
Well
okay.
done. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
for your
so
visit.
who's up? Thank you. Thank you. Who's up for the next paragraph? Next two paragraphs, actually, until the end of page 23. Yes, Farah, go on, please.
Okay. In spite of their wide application, construction of language proficiency tests
It's
is
there.
more okay.
It's language proficiency test.
But the picture is not found.
Can't you see? Uh,
No,
language proficiency
not
test.
not the picture.
Questions.
Okay, so the proficiency levels are a description of what individuals can do with language in terms of speaking, writing, listening, and reading in real-world situations in responses and non-context.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you reading, Farah?
The,
Which paragraph are you reading? Are you reading
the
something or are
solution.
you talking?
Okay. So one major reason for difficulty centers around the complexity of the term proficiency.
Uh-huh.
It is not an
Mm-hmm.
easily uh, definable term. Scholars have provided different definitions for proficiency. For instance, and
Mm-hmm.
it as the degree of competence or capability in a given language demonstrated by an individual at a given point in time independent of
Mm-hmm.
specific textbook, a chapter in the book, or pedagogical method. Okay?
Pedagogical method. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
It,
tell me, what did you understand from the text you just read?
it depends a lot on your certain English level. Some students already on advanced English skills. For them, the test is only a way to receive official certification. For others, the exam will be a real, so they need to start preparing for their well advance.
Okay.
Okay. Proficiency schools
Okay.
measure student
But what did you understand from Okay, hold on. What did you understand from the paragraph you read?
schools measure student progress based on how far along they are demonstrating a specific skill or knowledge. Teachers decided what goal of objective want their students to learn and then assesses them based on how professionally or competently they can demonstrate that skills.
Farah, where exactly are you reading? What are you reading?
Uh,
Hmm?
Not reading this book is a solution.
Uh-huh.
Depends for me. Okay.
You're telling me solution
Uh,
from
uh,
yourself. Okay. So don't I don't want a solution. I just want you to tell me what you understood from the text. That's it. The paragraph you just read. What did you understand from it? In very few short sentences, like 2 or 3 sentences, what did you understand? What is the paragraph trying to say? You have a minute to think about this one. It's okay. You can read it and see what you understand and tell us.
okay.
Look, guys, I don't need you to Google stuff and just type whatever you find online, because the goal of this course is for you guys to understand the book completely, okay? So that you can use it. And that's why when you read the paragraph, I asked you to tell me what you understand about it, because that's what's important in this course. You need to understand what it's trying to say. If there are some words you don't understand, if they're too difficult, then I can explain further for you. But I want to see how much you understand from the text. Okay? Okay, so Farah, can you tell us what you got? It's okay. I can explain it myself. It's fine. Um, Look, overall, what this second paragraph, which you read, was trying to explain was that, look, making language proficiency tests are more difficult. Why? Because a main reason why it's difficult is that they can't define the word proficiency. Okay? It's not easy to define what the word proficiency means. Okay? It's a difficult concept. That's one of the reasons why it's not easy to make proficiency tests. So, what do? They usually use a set of items for defining proficiency. We have a definition here for proficiency, which is important. Please underline it for yourself. The degree of competence or capability in the last three lines. The last three lines. The degree of competence or capability in a given language demonstrated by an individual at a given point in time, independent of a specific textbook, chapter in the book, or pedagogical method. What is the meaning of pedagogical? What does pedagogical mean?
Educational.
Pedagogy,
Very
educational
good.
or
Yes,
instructional.
educational. Exactly. Yes. Yes. So it doesn't matter what book they use. What proficiency means is how much competence someone has in a language, and they can show it at some point in time, regardless, without paying any attention to a specific textbook or a chapter, for example, in a book. Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's go to next page and see who's volunteer for the next page. The first paragraph.
Can I read, Doctor? Or another one?
Let's see if others. Yeah, I know. Let's see if the others want to volunteer, because this is
Okay,
your
okay,
classroom
no problem.
performance.
No
Okay,
problem. Yeah,
you get
okay.
scores based on it. So yeah, thank you. Based on your participation. So let me see. Zahra, can you please? Zahra Manzar.
Yeah, Doctor.
Okay, Justin, go on. Oh, okay. Okay, Zahra is here. So go on, Zahra.
Reading
Yes, please read the first paragraph
Okay.
and then explain what you understand.
such definitions complicate
Issue?
the assertions. Most of the terms used in the defined definition, including
Mm-hmm.
competence, competence as
Mm-hmm.
a given point in time and demon,
demonstration of technology are how about
Ambiguous. Ambiguous.
ambiguous by themselves.
Uh-huh.
The term combines could refer to linguistic skill or other types of comb- comb- combined
Competencies?
competencies related of language proficiency. Right,
Uh-huh.
the term completely could refer to the ability of the examine to
Mm-hmm.
recognize
Mm-hmm.
compare, comprehend or produce
Comprehend. Mm-hmm.
produce produce language elements and
Mm-hmm.
adjacent as a given point in time. Language learner may be a listener, speaker, or both. And finally, demonstration of ability could be in various modes of language, including
Mm-hmm.
oral, writing, or both.
Very
And
good. So take a minute
both
to, that's it. Stop here. Take a minute to see what it's trying to say, then tell us. What do you understand from the paragraph? Read it again for yourself. Think about it, then tell us. 1 minute.
okay.
We have some words in the paragraph that she just read. I'm just gonna mention important and maybe difficult ones. We have complicate. Complicate means make things more difficult. Okay, make things more difficult. That's complicate. Then we have issue, which is problem, and again we have the word competence, which is almost a synonym for ability. Demonstration, showing something. Ambiguous means unclear. It's not clear. Okay, it's vague. Vague, vague. And linguistic related to language, and recognize, to be able to uh, find something and understand something. Comprehend means understanding. And I think that's it. Yeah, these are the important ones that you might have had problems with.
Just
Okay, we're
Dr.
ready to listen to your explanations, Zahra. Go on. This is the reason why I asked you guys to read the chapters that we're gonna read today, okay, and have and send me actually a summary of the chapter. When I ask you for the summary of chapters, I don't want you to copy what you see in the chapters. I want you to read, take notes, and then type those notes and send them for me. Maybe in one page, okay? One or maximum 2 pages. An overall understanding of what you read. I just need you to send me your notes. That's it. Okay, what you learned, what you understood about the chapter. Because when you do that, you have enough time to go and search for words you might not understand. And you can do it at a slower pace. You don't need to be in the same speed as the whole class, so you have enough time to analyze and understand and even search if you need to. That's why I asked you to send me summaries. Please do. Please send me summaries of the chapters that we are going to read for that session, okay? Because I checked the emails that you guys sent me, and it was for chapter 1. Mainly, most of you had sent me summaries of chapter 1. I want you to send me summaries of the chapters we are going to read. I want to see how well you have pre-read those chapters. Okay, so you are prepared because you guys are at MA level. You are master's students, you're not bachelor's. And in master's level, you need to be able to study on your own and then discuss things in class. Okay? So please do that. For next session, I expect you to have sent me your summaries of the chapter, maximum 2 pages for each chapter, not no more than 2 pages. Notes, whatever you understand. That's it. No copying. All right. So about the paragraph that Zahra just read for us, what it's trying to say is that the reason why defining this actually word is difficult, this proficiency is difficult, is that these definitions that they provide are actually vague. They're not
الافراح مع والدي الطفى.
فصلوا
So a speaker who speaks the language must have the ability to speak and they know the words and their
هوب هوب هوب
meanings.
يلا يواش 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 بس اصبر.
لا الدكتورة طلعت يا ست زهراء رجعت.
ها ما موجودة الدكتورة؟
خطفوها يمكن.
لا استوى جاي دخل الدكتور والله جاء.
يلا أوكي.
بس يا شابتر جاي تقرون والله ما انا اللي
هي تشرب لك.
20
why, but for a second I lost connection, so it's okay. Yeah, what I was explaining for you guys was I don't know if you can see the tab I just shared. Let me see.
I understand from this paragraph, a speaker who speaks the language, a speaker who speaks the language must have the ability to speak and know the words and their meanings. Okay, and to be professional in the language skills and understanding.
Okay, look, this paragraph is, thank you for your explanation. This paragraph is trying to say why defining the term proficiency is difficult for us. And what it says is that the factors in proficiency are actually very unclear themselves. Okay, so when we talk about, for example, the word capability in the definition of the word proficiency, it can talk about the ability of recognizing, understanding, or producing. So it can be any of these three. Okay, and the language learner may actually talk, listen, or do both. And showing the actually abilities could be in different formats of the language, written, spoken, or both. So it's a difficult thing to measure and a difficult thing to define. Okay, it's a notion that is not easy to define. This is the reason why it's difficult. Thank you. Next paragraph. Yes, go on, Ali.
How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
An improvement over this definition is provided by Clark, 1972, who starts the use of language for real life purpose without regard to the manner in which that competence was acquired. Thus is in proficiency testing the form of
Mhm.
refers
Reference.
shifts from the classroom to the actual situation in which the language is used.
Mhm.
Yes, I
So,
explained this.
no, hold on. So, what do you understand?
I studied Clark 1972 redefines language
Uh
proficiency
huh.
as the ability to use language for real life purpose, regardless of how the skill was acquired. Proficiency testing their over focus on real world language use rather than a classroom learning.
Very good. Exactly. So it doesn't matter how they have learned it. In Clark's definition, what's important is how they actually use it in a real life situation. That's what matters for proficiency. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Next paragraph, who's
Yes.
ready? Let me go down a bit. Next paragraph is a long one. Zoom out a little bit. Mm, yes, Justin, go on. Go on.
Yeah, it's not picture. Not
Hi, yes, go on.
okay, doctor. Yeah, and this intervention to the way language learning has taken place in ignorate. However, that it is same in oversimplification to define concept without taking or relevant parameters into account. The assumption that language proficiency independent of way it is obtained has been questioned. Farhadi, 1983, demonstrated that language proficiency was not, in fact, independent of education program through which the learners. This point is important, which the learners had achieved language competence. They conclude that performance on language proficiency test was closely related to students' education, background, major field of study, sex, and nationality. This means that term proficiency defined by authorities has not as yet been comprehensive. It also just fills the point developing a language proficiency test in more difficult than construction. Other kind of test for the purpose of this chapter, however, the same sufficient to go along with most scholars how agree that language proficiency test should be designed to measure examines ability to particular area of competence in order to determine that take extent to which they can function in real language use situation.
Very good. Okay, so what do you understand about it? You have a minute to think because it was a very long paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number one, learn teaching language.
Hmm?
Yeah. يعني between practice يعني simplicity to define you understand including uh, join with this.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Yeah.
So we need to join the two definitions we had.
Yeah دكتورة. Language competence performance on language test to related student education
Mm-hmm.
background. Yeah, to help student.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Uh, this point ability to should be designed to measure experience ability to particular area of competence
uh-huh.
in order specified.
Very good. Very good. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done. Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to the next paragraph. And the last part in this chapter, knowledge tests. Who's the volunteer for this one? Yes, April. Go on, please.
Melody tests are used in institutions where the medium of instruction is a language other than the learner's mother tongue. In this case, the second language is used as the language of the test to measure the examination knowledge is other than the language itself. For example, a visit test or a visit test written in English would be considered knowledge test. Knowledge tests are not very important to language testers because these tests are not designed to measure language. Applied, they are designed to measure examination knowledge of scientific subject to a second language. Therefore, in countries where education is not carried out in a foreign language, these tests have no practical role. For example, in the educational system of Iran, knowledge tests are used only in foreign language departments to measure the students knowledge is in the subject matter areas in other measure. The knowledge tests are developed in the student's native language.
Very good. So what did you get?
knowledge tests are used in a situation where the medium of instruct language other than the learning mother touch.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. And
Um,
what is the use? Why is it? What is important in knowledge tests?
Tests are
Is
not
language
very
important or?
important
Uh-huh.
to language tests
Very good.
because
Yes.
these tests are not designed to measure language abilities.
Very good. Exactly. They are designed to test how much a learner has learned about a specific topic, about a specific subject. For example, about mathematics, about physics, about
Google
science.
tests
Okay.
or
So,
other tests. Yes,
yeah. Very good, yes. And usually these tests are done in the speaker's native language or in courses which are held in foreign languages in, for example, a country, in other countries, I don't know, for example, in Germany, in France, okay, there are courses that are run in English. And so if a person wants to study medicine, okay, they want to become a doctor, then they would have to, take some knowledge tests. And because those people are coming from other countries, their native language is not, for example, English. But when they take courses in those universities, international courses, they need to, pass some knowledge tests in a language that is not their own mother tongue. Okay, so for example, for you guys and for us who are taking this TEFL course, sometimes there are knowledge tests that we have to pass. For example, this testing course is the test we have on testing would be a knowledge test because it wants to see how much you have learned about testing, not about English. Okay? And it's in another language. So that's an example. Thank you very much, Abror. Very, very nice, very nice. Good explanation.
thank
Doctor, can
you.
I ask something?
Yeah, sure.
Of course. Thank you. Um, about the knowledge test, when we studied the student in a native language or tested
Mm-hmm.
them in a native language,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the objects in the terms of objects in English, let's say that,
Okay.
okay? Maybe
Okay.
Iraqi or another country in a test
Okay.
had the order, had the form of the test in Arabic, okay?
Okay.
How can correspondence between the form of the test and what the material in original in general, I think.
Okay. I didn't get your question. I understood until the very final part before you asked the question. What was your question again?
My,
How
my
can
question, my
uh,
question. If the student study and make exam in a native language, okay,
okay.
uh, and all the materials online in